What's up, guys? So we had DSTV Premiership action. It was Baroka going up against Cape Town City, and the game ending 0-0. Yeah, I thought the game was lackluster. I was expecting more action from both teams, expecting more fireworks than what we saw this afternoon, and unfortunately that wasn't so. And Baroka, I think, will be happy the fact that they'll walk away with this point. The way that they played, the way that they approached the game, it was more of a sense of they didn't want to necessarily lose the game, and they had the biggest opportunity with the penalty, and Mbulu, of course, being casual about that penalty, and Marks making a good save. But in the first half, I think my disappointment from both teams was, if offensively, both of them were very predictable. Baroka was obviously playing on the transition, sitting deep, and then eventually they would sort of get the ball and try break away. But even their breakaway wasn't as quick. The players as well weren't necessarily in sync. There's a time where a player could have passed the ball, and there was a time where a player could have shot, but it was just not necessarily in sync. I think also with Cape Town City, that's my slight criticism of them today as well, is that they were also a little bit too predictable. I was expecting them to be more mobile within up front, and that was not necessarily the case. They weren't necessarily as mobile, and I think they played towards Baroka's strengths because they would take the ball out wide and cross it in, and I think that's what Baroka wanted. They didn't want them to penetrate down the middle, but to be fair, Baroka was not making it easy because they just had so many men behind. But the game was just a little bit too predictable, not enough shots as well. I mean, Faguluke had that one shot in the first half, and the way Masluke parried it away, I thought that's what they could have done. Hit the shots and then have someone running in to finish them off. But not enough shots were taken from both teams. Of course, I think Cape Town City was trying to score the perfect goal. But even in the second half, I thought Baroka was more adventurous. They pushed further up. But even with that, so they weren't testing Hugo Marks as much. And I think you'd have to talk about the quality of the squad. As for Cape Town City, Tatum Grego kept on playing these nice balls over the top. But the first touches weren't really great, but I think the game overall, Baroka will take away this point, and Cape Town City will be disappointed, especially also considering where they're sitting on the log. They've been sitting there for far too long.